what changes the Universal Journal brought to production variance analysis as we move into S4. So what technical structural change happened?
I mean, I think most people have heard, meanwhile, that the Universal Journal combines your primary costs, so things like the material usage, any purchased goods that you've been buying specifically for a production order, and your secondary costs, so what we used to keep in separate CO tables, and puts them all into one place, this Universal Journal. At the moment, if you go to S4HANA, though, the production variances, the table structure doesn't change at all. We're still looking at the information in the standard cost estimate. We're comparing it with what happens in the actuals, and then we're giving you the variance calculation. It's only when you get to chapter 7, to my chapter, where I start to talk about how universal parallel accounting throws all the givens on their head, how we really start to change the table structures there as well, and make all those period close processes part of what's ongoing, and generating journal entries for work in process and for variances as we go along. The other thing that I think people worry about as they get into that early planning stage is whether they're going to plan the old way using the classic planning transactions, or whether they're going to look at SAP Analytics Cloud for planning, which is something, obviously there's a tool element to that. There's a business content element to that, where we have the integrated business planning, which will support you in things like cost center planning, order planning, profitability planning, and so on. But you still need that nitty-gritty cost estimate stuff, because the master data that John's going to talk about in the following chapters, so things like your bill of material, your routing, the information in the work center, we don't attempt to move that into SAP Analytics Cloud for planning. We would do a cost estimate and then simply pull the results in, and then you can start doing various simulations. So, trying to decide what would be the impact of the change of a raw material cost. But yeah, so a lot of givens and some technical changes.